Activison presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by vicarious visions. It's Crash Bandicoot!
Whoops. Just like the Wumpa fruit, my finger slipped. Hey guys, welcome to the start of the Crash Bandicoot Warped walkthrough on the Golfing Gamer. In previous walkthroughs we've completed Crash Bandicoot and Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. And today we'll be finishing off the original remade Crash Bandicoot Trilogy with Crash Bandicoot Warped. So let's begin.
Free at last.
Uka Uka is free? No, it cannot be. Evil, great evil has come.
None have dared fail the great Uka Uka even once. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice!
Great Uka Uka! It was that infernal Bandicoot!
From deep inside my devil prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience. There is now no other power source left on this planet.
I know we've had a few unfortunate setbacks.
And failed. But since your bumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time, the great Uka Uka will make sure that you do it right.
After many eons, my evil twin brother, Uka Uka, has been freed from his underground prison. Long ago, I locked him there to protect the world from his malice. Now, free once again, he must be stopped. Children, Uka Uka and Cortex plan to use this time-twisting machine to gather crystals that lay scattered across time. I have brought you here to recover the crystals before they do. To open the time portal, simply stand on a button and then jump into the portal. Good luck.
So there we are, new threats and new enemies to deal with in this game. But before we get on with any of that, just a little quick update. The Spyro Reignited Trilogy has been delayed until November the 13th, at the earliest. I'm not sure that affects the European release date or not, but yeah, originally going to be released on 21st September, but now November 13th. So that's been delayed, so I might have to play another game in the meantime, between this and the original Spyro game remade.
Crash, crash, crash. Why must you always muck in my mud? Oh look, I have a mask helping me too. We will find out which one is more powerful soon enough.
So it's a bit of a shame, but at the same time, when it does eventually come out, I'm going to try and cram all 3 games in before the new year, so that's something to look forward to on the channel. In the meantime, we jump into Toad Village, the first level of the game, and we can already start off this walkthrough on a positive note because we can pick up both the crystal and the gem on our first run through. And in this level is just a warm-up to the game, really. Just you can run straight through. Sorry, pick up all the boxes. No tricks. And I say tricks because in this game they decide to throw a few curveballs every now and again. Things that if you're playing through for the first time you may not even think about or even notice. So when you play through, watch out for those. But as you can see, we've already reached our first bonus stage. And I think this is where most of the tricks appear. To try and catch out of things. And also, the bonus levels in this game serve as ways to learn how to use the new moves we pick up along the way. And that's our first achievement already. I should also point out now that unlike Crash Bandicoot and Crash Bandicoot 2 N Sane Trilogy versions, this is my first time playing Crash Bandicoot Warped in this state. So we are going to be picking up achievements as we go along. And I guess some of them are just as ridiculously easy as that. Yeah, I'm not aiming to get all the achievements. There's going to be some things that I'm not going to know how to get. Hidden trophies, just sort of stumble across those in any game you play really. But I'll get as many as I can along the way. The main objective here is to try and get, is it 105% in this game? I always forget, it might be more than that. Which means playing through all levels, getting all the crystals, getting all the gems. Once again trying to get all the at least gold relics in the levels. Didn't quite manage it in Crash Bandicoot 2. But we're going to try here. I'm hoping they're going to be a little bit easier in this one because originally this was what the time trials were designed for, this game. This is the only game they appeared in originally. So here's hoping we can do better on those and actually get the full completion. But I kind of called it quits in the end because I just need 100% to get the secret ending. But yeah, we're going to try and do better this time. And also there are hidden levels and God knows what else. But in the meantime, here's a big challenge at the start of the game. Swim mechanics in this game, awful. You spin, you just fly forward. You fly forward out of control. And also you can't go invincible underwater because, as you just saw, I had 2 masks. That was the 3rd mask, and yeah, nothing. So yeah, everything kind of works against you in this, and something just feels really slow and sluggish. So a bit like the jetpack levels in Crash Bandicoot 2. I'm not a huge fan of this, but I suppose it provides a challenge in its own way. But in this first of, I think it's 3 underwater levels, we can pick up the crystal and the gem once again. So already off to a better start than Crash Bandicoot 2, where it felt like there was so much you had to leave behind and come back for. Should go without saying, but don't touch the mines and don't touch the pufferfish when they are inflated like that. Otherwise, you're taking a hit or dying. In these tubes, the fans above and below will push you up and down. Not so much of an issue when it's just like this, just with boxes within them. But later on you do get enemies and even nitro crates in these tubes, so you've got to watch out for that. And these things are really helpful underwater because you can just shoot everything in your path and just keep spamming the trigger button, which, as I record this audio, I actually forget what it is. Square, maybe, circle. I forgot to mention this when we were going through Toad Village, but as you can see we have a new type of crate to deal with now, and I'm just going to call them slot crates because essentially that's what they are. They will change between giving you absolutely nothing and giving you maybe 1 for fruit or TNT crate, which could be utilised in some way. What you don't want to do though is do not let them get faster because that becomes harder to select what you want, and also if you leave it too long it will just turn to steel, and these crates do count towards your overall crate total of the level, so you do not want to let them turn to steel. because there's no way to deal with them then. And as you'll see as I play through this, every time I come across one, whether it's near me or away from me, I just go straight up to it and make sure I get it before it times out. I haven't got to this point yet, but I'm going to assume that just like in the other 2 games, there is an achievement for 99 lives. I'll be trying to get that, at least. Along with many other achievements, it's just, you know, I'm assuming that is one, therefore I'm going to be trying to get to 99 lives. As any good gamer should be looking to strive towards perfection, completion. That's kind of what I game for, mostly. You can only destroy the seaweed with this thing. I don't actually know what it is. Some sort of eel. Another large head. I guess it's maybe just a fish covered in armour. But yeah, there we go. We got the crystal and we got the gem in that underwater level, under pressure. I forgot the name of it for a second. Overall, solid start to the game. We come to our first Coco level now, because again, you probably know this already if you're watching this for nostalgia purposes, but original game, you could play as Coco in Crash Bandicoot Warped, but only in levels like this, which is in some sort of vehicle. In this case, tiger. This one called Tiger, a vehicle as such, but yeah, it was revolutionary for Crash fans at the time, as I die there. We never actually played as Coco up until this point, level 3 of the game. Of course, now you can play as her in all the games, and I will be utilising her once again as part of the walkthrough. She'll be taking every alternative warp room. So she'll be up in the next one doing Warp Room 2 and Warp Room 4. And then I've got to figure out what I'm doing from there, because once you've got to Warp Room 5, things get a little bit complicated. More complicated than positioning these boxes in this level. I only cut there because it took me a couple of lives to actually get this right. Otherwise, it would just the glitch would just carried on there. But yeah, there are certain things you can only unlock once you've got relics, so it's going to get complicated at a later stage, for me anyway, scheduling wise, because for now it's going to be 1 warp room per video, I've decided this time out. But once we get beyond, once we get to Warp Room 5, it's going to be hard to determine what should go where. Another cut there because I'm missing another box. And we need those for the gems. There we go, this is our first run across the Great Wall of China. Which I never actually thought about when I played the original game, that this was the Great Wall of China. Didn't really give much thought to the whole time travel concept of the game. I just thought it was just another Crash Bandicoot game with themed levels. Of course, I was, if I can count, 7 when the game originally came out, which I guess probably tells you how old I am. Probably shouldn't have said that, but I have. There you go, so our first Coco level completed, compulsory Coco level. So jump into Boneyard now with Crash again.
Uka Uka and Cortex want tiny get crystals and bring them to big Colosseum in Rome. Crash! Leave them for Tiny, or Crash get crushed!
I never really understand that. Each of the bosses pretty much say, give me the crystals you have. But considering Cortex has sent many of his henchmen to try and find these crystals, so most of these enemies actually are, they're trying to find the crystal of the level. I don't know why they wouldn't just wait until Crash had collected all of them and then try and take them from him. As is, we've got to face Tiny at the end of this first warp room, and he's going to try and take the 5 crystals we'll have at that point. I don't get it. Anyway, we're in Boneyard, and instead of having a boulder chasing us in this game, we have dinosaurs, and I believe dinosaurs alone. Please my knowledge. If I remember correctly, that is a Triceratops, I believe. I bet it isn't. I'm sure someone below will tell me in the comments that that is something, a Saurus. It looks like a Triceratops. I'm sure it isn't. Looks like some dinosaurs are already fallen victim to the tar that we are currently walking through with no issues. Another gem in this level which we can't get until we have the red gem, which we will collect at a later stage in the game. Can't remember where at this point, but we'll find it. Reach the bonus stage once more. And I suppose this is probably the first of the tricks that you will come across in this game, where it tries, if you go gun-ho through it, you will just destroy everything and you will miss something out. In this case, I don't know why I did that, it was unnecessary. In this case, it's here, as soon as we've flown in, but you can see the jump crate at the top. If you just spun through all those, you destroy that without even seeing what it actually is. Me, on the other hand, I make these connections, and to me, I see a jump crate, I figure there's something up top there. Hence, I get the 2 hidden crates up there, or rather the 2 crates I would then later see if I go to that jump crate. And I get all 14 boxes. Because, well, for one reason, that's how I roll, and 2, I've played the original game. I knew that was there. Ominous purple glow in the distance means there's a crystal nearby, and there it is. I assumed it was necessary to jump on each of those boxes because I don't have an ability which will come in handy later on. I don't know why I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. I think we all know which ability I'm talking about, double jump. We don't get that till later on, so I assume that I'd be hard to reach the top box without it, so I just jumped on all of them, just to be safe. I bet you this jumps over those lava pits. Amazing. I suppose a slide jump will work pretty well there. Double jump later on. There we go. Got all the boxes and oh my. Yes. When I recorded this I kind of froze at that point just for a few seconds thinking, can I get back up there? But no, unfortunately not. So I missed the gem. Don't worry, I'll go back for it in a minute. I believe. Yes. Sorry, you're not gonna watch the whole level again.
Crash, Coco. If you have already retrieved a levels crystal, then you will find a floating clock when you enter for the second time. This floating clock activates time trial mode. Grab it, and the clock will start ticking. Race for the end to get the best time, but beware, some elements will change.
And that resulted in the cutscene being played that we shouldn't have seen until a much later episode, but there we are. Yes, you just echo off your minds about the time relics. Get the gem that time at least. Not a problem. I wasn't going to subject you to watching that again, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you, my fellow viewers. That's 4 levels down now, and we've got just making waves to go. And I actually forgot about this level, so there's actually two Coco levels in this first warp room. And a bit like the underwater controls, I don't like the overwater controls either. Jet ski's horrible. I've heard a lot of people complain about this. I find it hard to align yourself on, especially on the ramps. And you will see that quite a bit as we go through these levels, though we'll start off pretty well on the looks of it. Obviously don't hit bombs, and there's our first example of me missing a jump there, a box and a jump. Barely get it that time. Oh, good God. I think there's more of these than I remember. Because I'm trying to go through the level at a reasonable pace, I don't want to be, taking my time over every little jump and whatnot. So I tried to do it quickly, as a result I ended up messing it up more and more. I suppose it wasn't too bad. I think it felt longer when I was trying to record it. This on the other hand, I remember this. I struggled to pick up the boxes, mainly because of those cannonballs coming from the ship, but also, again, controls. 1 pixel out is all it takes. Well, because it goes in most games. I suppose the arrow at the top of the screen is useful if you're not sure where you're facing, but other than that, you're mostly going to be facing the correct direction, so it's not like it's an open level or anything, you're kind of on a fixed path, like most levels in this game, so I don't really understand that. I'm sure at some point you realise you're going the wrong direction as well, so maybe a little bit unnecessary, but yeah, I suppose it has its uses. I'm sure I'll get it this time. Oh no! Oh dear. So we cut ahead to when I actually do make the jump, because again I get there quick enough, but it takes me a few more attempts to actually get the boxes again. Part of the problem is as soon as you hit the ramp, you're just on a fixed path, you just go in a straight line from there, so if you're not lined up right in the middle, you're not getting the box unless you're lined up perfectly on a diagonal. But yeah, after the death, picked the game up a little bit, actually got moving a bit quicker. So, he says as he once again fails to pick up a box just floating on the water. But it was a lot better, did better on the ramps, and actually got to the end of the level pretty quickly after that, because as we will see in a minute, we are pretty much at the end of the level. You're always heading towards the cove. It looks a bit like Cortex. But I wonder if these changes to the space-time continuum have any effects on the future. Never actually find out in this game. We don't really explore the time travel element very much. But yeah, that is all 5 levels of Warp Room 1 done. Now that just leaves Tiny for Crash to deal with. Let's see what he's learnt from last time. Platforming is not the way to go. So we're going to fight him on solid ground this time.
Crash! Go! Stole the pretty crystals! Tiny, take them back in Gladiator Arena!
I mean, we're heading there anyway, so might as well try that. Yes, Cortex is going to watch this. For some reason he doesn't attend the other fights we have throughout the game. I guess just for that Colosseum feel, he's the Emperor in this case. But yes, here we go, we're fighting Tiny once more. Let's see if he does anything different to last time. No, he's still going to jump around. A surprise. Could be a formidable opponent if he didn't do that and, you know, wasn't so attached to that pitchfork of his. Now, I know as well as the next person about the glitch in this game. Not the glitch. Wrong word. The Easter egg in this game when you stand in the corner. As much as I want to show that, I'll explain what it is in a minute, I didn't want to get caught out, or die, essentially, in this boss fight. But yeah, you stand right in the corner, the crowd in this game boos and start throwing cheese at you, because it's originally referred to as cheesing the boss fight. So yeah, nice little factoid for you before I end the video, because we are pretty much there. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on the rest of this series. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon. Achievement number 2, by the way. Trophy number 2. Unless I missed one earlier. We got another one. Yay.